drove past the corner where the old cafe once stood. The windows are different now, but the memories still look good. There was a summer evening, you were waiting by the door. I can almost hear your laughter, like I've heard 1,000 times before. Years roll by like headlights, fading somewhere down the line. But some roads never leave us, even after all this time. On the road we left behind, there are pieces of our lives. Every dream we thought we'd lost is still somewhere in our minds. We were young, we had forever, we had nothing but the time. And a part of me is still there, on the road we left behind. I passed the little playground where our children used to run. Now the trees are taller, and they're living on their own. There's a photograph beside me from a life that moved too fast. Funny how the smallest moments are the ones that always last. Years roll by like headlights, fading somewhere down the line. But some roads never leave us, even after all this time. On the road we left behind, there are pieces of our lives. Every dream we thought we'd lost is still somewhere in our minds. We were young, we had forever, we had nothing but the time. And a part of me is still there, on the road we left behind. I wouldn't turn the clock back, even if I had the chance. Every scar became a story, every goodbye changed the dance. And the face here in the mirror isn't young, but now I know it took every mile behind me to become the man I know. On the road we left behind, there are pieces of our lives. All the love we thought was gone was just changing over time. We were young, we had forever, now forever's yours and mine. And my heart will always wander down the road we left behind. Some roads disappear behind us, some roads never say goodbye. I found your name the other day inside an old address book, beside a number no one calls, and I stopped a while to look. We were young and always certain there was time enough to spare. Funny how we never noticed how quickly life would take us there. I wonder where you are tonight, might have been. I hope that life has treated you with kindness along the way. And if you ever think of me, I hope you smile that way. We talked until the morning came, of places we would go. We knew exactly what we'd do, or so we used to know. Then jobs and homes and families led us down our separate roads. And somewhere in those busy years, we simply lost the road. Maybe friendship doesn't disappear just because the years go by. Maybe some people stay with us without a last goodbye. There's nothing that I need from you, no promises to make. Just knowing that you're somewhere is enough for me today. I wonder where you are tonight, and if your hair is gray, do you still laugh the way you did back in those younger days? I hope you found some peaceful place and someone by your side. And maybe somewhere in your heart, those old days still survive. If we should meet again someday, there'd be no need to explain. I'd simply say, it's good to see you, my old friend. I watched you sleeping this morning, the sunlight resting on your face. For just a moment I remembered when we were young and full of faith. We didn't know where life would take us. We didn't have a careful plan. You simply reached across the table and quietly took my hand. And I'd choose you again, knowing everything I know, every heart and broken moment, every road we had to go. I wouldn't ask for something easier. I wouldn't change where we have been. If If I stood there young before you, I'd choose you again. We've had nights we stopped believing, days when words came out all wrong, times we sat in separate silence, wondering how we'd carry on. But somehow morning found us, and one of us would make the tea. There was never one great answer, just you coming back to me. Your hair has silver in it now. My hands aren't what they were. We walk a little slower, and sometimes names become a blur. But I know your step outside the door, I know your laugh across a room, and after all these years beside you, I still look around for you. I'd choose you again, not because our life was perfect, but because through every changing year, you were the one beside me. For every dream that came to us, and every dream that didn't, if someone gave me one more life, I'd choose you again. You woke and caught me looking, and asked me what was wrong. I smiled and said, nothing. Then reached across and took your hand. At 20 I had plans enough to fill 100 years. I knew the man that I would be. I had no room for fears. I'd see the world, I'd make my mark, I'd never settle down. I thought that life was waiting there, just somewhere out of town. The dreams I had at 20, some vanished, some came true. Some changed their shape along the way. Before I ever knew, I never found the life I planned so many years ago. But life had other gifts for me I wasn't wise enough to know. I never climbed the highest hill or made my name in lights. Instead I learned to carry on through ordinary nights. I worked, I loved, I raised a home, I watched my children grow. And somewhere in those simple years I found what I didn't know. The dreams I had at 20 don't trouble me today. Some doors were never open, some dreams just slipped away. But other doors I never saw were waiting down the line, and things I never dreamed about became this life of mine. If I could meet that younger man, I'd let him dream his dreams. I wouldn't tell him where he'll go or what tomorrow means. I'd only say, don't hurry, there's more than one good road. Sometimes the life you never planned becomes the one you love. The dreams I had at 20 still visit now and then. They make me smile at who I was and who I've somehow been. I didn't live the life I planned, and maybe that's alright. I found 1,000 smaller dreams I never saw at 20. So here's to that young man I was, so certain where he'd go. He didn't find the life he planned, he found a life worth living. You never talked about your worries. You never said when you were tired. You'd come home late and sit in silence while we gathered by the fire. I used to think you were so distant, a man of very little words. I didn't know what you were carrying, or all the things we never heard. I understand you now. It took me all these years to know the weight behind your silence and the love behind your fears. I'm standing where you stood back then, with lines upon my brow. I wish that I could tell you I understand you now. You fixed the things that we had broken. You always somehow paid the bills. You worried quietly about tomorrow while we were dreaming big. still. I thought that fathers knew the answers, that nothing frightened men like you. Now I know you must have wondered if what you gave would see us through. I'm near the age that you were then, and sometimes late at night I sit alone without a word and think about your life. There are things I cannot fix, there are fears I never show, and in the quiet of those moments there's something now I know. I understand you now, the things you couldn't say, how love can look like going to work and coming home each day. You never needed many words, you showed us anyhow. And after all these years, Dad, I understand you now. There were so many things I thought I'd ask you someday, but the older that I get, the more I understand the things you never said were speaking all along. And now, Dad, I understand you now. You asked me where your life should go and what you're meant to be. You looked at me as if somehow the answers lived in me. I smiled because I knew that look. I've worn it once before, standing young and uncertain, with the whole world at my door. You'll find your way, you don't need to know tonight. Some roads only make sense when you see them from behind. You lose your way sometimes, that's something we all do. Just keep a little faith inside. You'll find your way to you. There'll be jobs that don't quite fit you. There'll be people who move on. There'll be mornings when you're certain everything has gone wrong. You'll make choices you'll question. You'll leave some dreams behind. Don't mistake a changing road for having lost your life. You'll find your way, not the road that I would choose. This is your life to wander, and your mistakes to make and lose. I can walk beside you sometimes, but I cannot walk for you. And that's the hardest thing a father sometimes has to learn to do. When I was young, I thought my father knew exactly where to go. Now I know he walked through darkness more than he would ever show. So I won't pretend I know tomorrow or tell you who to be. I'll just be here when you need me, like he once was there for me. You'll find your way. Take your time and let life come. You don't have to have the answers. You don't have to always run. And wherever that road takes you, however far you roam, there'll always be a light here to help you find your way home. So go and make your own mistakes. Find dreams I never knew. And don't worry about finding my road. Find the one that belongs to you. We met again the other night at a place we used to know. The tables had all changed somehow, but we sat down just the same. Your hair was turning silver, mine had started going too. We laughed about our aching backs like old men sometimes do. But somewhere in the laughter, the years just slipped away. We were 25 again with too much left to say. The world was ours for taking, and tomorrow came for free. For a little while we found again the boys we used to be. We talked about the foolish things we swore we'd never tell. The car that barely made it home, the night we knew too well. The girls we thought we'd marry, the jobs we couldn't stand, and all the grand adventures that somehow never went as planned. Some names have disappeared now, some chairs are empty too, and every year reminds us how quickly time moves through. But raise a glass to absent friends and leave a place for memory, because somewhere they're still laughing with the boys we used to be. We used to talk about the future, now we talk about the past. We used to think that 50 years could never move this fast, but give old friends an evening and stories that they know, and suddenly the clock turns back to 40 years ago. So here's to all the foolish boys who thought they'd never age, who ran into tomorrow like it waited on a page. We didn't conquer all the world, but that seems fine to me. We grew into the men we are from the boys we used to be. And when we said goodnight, you laughed and called my old nickname. For just a second, nothing had changed, and walking home I smiled at the boy still left in me. There was a night some years ago I thought would never end. I sat alone beside the window with no one left to call. The clock kept moving through the dark while I just stayed the same. I didn't know what morning held or how I'd face the day. But morning came anyway, quiet through the blinds. The world didn't ask if I was ready, it simply gave me light. I didn't have the answers, I didn't know what to say. I just put my feet upon the floor, and morning came anyway. There were days I moved so slowly, just doing what I could. A shower, coffee, tying my shoes, the things I knew I should. Nobody saw a victory, there was nothing much to show. But every ordinary morning I got up and carried on. And morning came anyway, sometimes gray, sometimes clear. Some days I barely noticed, some days I wished it wasn't here. But little by little, without knowing, the weight began to change. I didn't wake up suddenly stronger, I just kept waking every day. Looking back, I couldn't tell you the day the darkness broke. There wasn't one great moment, no miracle, no sudden hope. Just 1,000 quiet mornings, 1,000 cups of tea, somewhere in those ordinary days, life came back to me. Morning comes anyway, that's something I know now. Night can feel like forever when you're standing inside it. You don't have to see tomorrow, you don't have to know the way. Sometimes all that life is asking is to meet another day. Now sometimes before sunrise I sit quietly by the glass and watch the darkness slowly leave. I don't ask it where it's going, I just wait to see the gray. Then the first light finds the window, and morning comes anyway. I drove past the corner where the old cafe once stood. The windows are different now, but the memories still look good. There was a summer evening, you were waiting by the door. I can almost hear your laughter like I've heard 1,000 times before. Years roll by like headlights, fading somewhere down the line. But some roads never leave us, even after all this time. On the road we left behind, there are pieces of our lives. Every dream we thought we'd lost is still somewhere in our minds. We were young, we had forever, we had nothing but the time. And a part of me is still there, on the road we left behind. I passed the little playground where our children used to run. Now the trees are taller and they're living on their own. There's a photograph beside me from a life that moved too fast. Funny how the smallest moments are the ones that always last. Years roll by like headlights, fading somewhere down the line. But some roads never leave us, even after all this time. On the road we left behind, there are pieces of our lives. Every dream we thought we'd lost is still somewhere in our minds. We were young, we had forever, we had nothing but the time. And a part of me is still there, on the road we left behind. I wouldn't turn the clock back, even if I had the chance. Every scar became a story, every goodbye changed the dance. And the face here in the mirror isn't young, but now I know it took every mile know behind me to become the man I know. On the road we left behind, there are pieces of our lives. All the love we thought was gone was just changing over time. We were young, we had forever. Now forever's yours and mine, and my heart will always wander down the road we left behind. Some roads disappear behind us, some roads never say goodbye. I found your name the other day inside an old address book, beside a number no one calls, and I stopped a while to look. We were young and always certain there was time enough to spare. Funny how we never noticed how quickly life would take us there. I wonder where you are tonight, and how the years have been. Do you ever think about those days and who we might have been? I hope that life has treated you with kindness along the way, and if you ever think of me, I hope you smile that way. Talked until the morning came of places we would go. We knew exactly what we'd do, or so we used to know. Then jobs and homes and families led us down our separate roads, and somewhere in those busy years we simply lost the road. Maybe friendship doesn't disappear just because the years go by. Maybe some people stay with us without a last goodbye. There's nothing that I need from you, no promises to make, just knowing that you're somewhere is enough for me today. I wonder where you are tonight, and if your hair is gray, do you still laugh the way you did back in those younger days? I hope you found some peaceful place and someone by your side, and maybe somewhere in your heart those old days still survive. If we should meet again someday, there'd be no need to explain. I'd simply say, it's good to see you, my old friend. watched you sleeping this morning, the sunlight resting on your face. For just a moment I remembered when we were young and full of faith. We didn't know where life would take us. We didn't have a careful plan. You simply reached across the table and quietly took my hand. And I'd choose you again, knowing everything I know, every heart and broken moment, every road we had to go. I wouldn't ask for something easier. I wouldn't change where we have been. If I stood there young before you, I'd choose you again. We've had nights we stopped believing, days when words came out all wrong, times we sat in separate silence, wondering how we'd carry on. But somehow morning found us, and one of us would make the tea. There was never one great answer, just you coming back to me. Your hair has silver in it now. My hands aren't what they were. We walk a little slower, and sometimes names become a blur. But I know your step outside the door. I know you'll laugh across a room. And after all these years beside you, I still look around for you. I'd choose you again, not because our life was perfect, but because through every changing year, you were the one beside me. For every dream that came to us, and every dream that didn't, if someone gave me one more life, I'd choose you again. You woke and caught me looking, and asked me what was wrong. I smiled and said, nothing. Then reached across and took your hand. 20 I had plans enough to fill 100 years. I knew the man that I would be. I had no room for fears. I'd see the world, I'd make my mark. I'd never settle down. I thought that life was waiting there, just somewhere out of town. The dreams I had at 20, some vanished, some came true. Some changed their shape along the way. Before I ever knew, I never found the life I planned so many years ago. But life had other gifts for me I wasn't wise enough to know. I never climbed the highest hill or made my name in lights. Instead I learned to carry on through ordinary nights. I worked, I loved, I raised a home. I watched my children grow. And somewhere in those simple years I found what I didn't know. The dreams I had at 20 don't trouble me today. Some doors were never opened, some dreams just slipped away. But other doors I never saw were waiting down the line, and things I never dreamed about became this life of mine. If I could meet that younger man, I'd let him dream his dreams. I wouldn't tell him where he'll go or what tomorrow means. I'd only say, don't hurry, there's more than one good road. Sometimes the life you never planned becomes the one you love. The dreams I had at 20 still visit now and then. They make me smile at who I was and who I've somehow been. I didn't live the life I planned, and maybe that's alright. I found 1,000 smaller dreams I never saw at 20. So here's to that young man I was, so certain where he'd go. He didn't find the life he planned. He found a life worth living. You never talked about your worries. You never said when you were tired. You'd come home late and sit in silence while we gathered by the the fire. I used to think you were so distant, a man of very little words. I didn't know what you were carrying, or all the things we never heard. I understand you now. It took me all these years to know the weight behind your silence and the love behind your fears. I'm standing where you stood back then, with lines upon my brow. I wish that I could tell you I understand you now. You fixed the things that we had broken. You always somehow paid the bills. You worry quietly about tomorrow, while we were dreaming bigger still. I thought that fathers knew the answers, that nothing frightened men like you. Now I know you must have wondered if what you gave would see us through. I'm near the age that you were then, and sometimes late at night I sit alone without a word and think about your life. There are things I cannot fix, there are fears I never show, and in the quiet of those moments there's something now I know. I understand you now. The things you couldn't say, how love can look like going to work and coming home each day. You never needed many words, you showed us anyhow. And after all these years, Dad, I understand you now. There were so many things I thought I'd ask you someday, but the older that I get, the more I understand the things you never said were speaking all along. And now, Dad, I understand you now. You asked me where your life should go and what you're meant to be. You looked at me as if somehow the answers lived in me. I smiled because I knew that look worn it once before, standing young and uncertain, with the whole world at my door. You'll find your way. You don't need to know tonight. Some roads only make sense when you see them from behind. You lose your way sometimes, that's something we all do. Just keep a little faith inside. You'll find your way to you. There'll be jobs that don't quite fit you. There'll be people who move on. There'll be mornings when you're certain everything has gone wrong. You'll make choices you'll question. You'll leave some dreams behind, but don't mistake a changing road for having lost your life. You'll find your way, not the road that I would choose. This is your life to wander, and your mistakes to make and lose. I can walk beside you sometimes, but I cannot walk for you. And that's the hardest thing a father sometimes has to learn to do. When I was young, I thought my father knew exactly where to go. Now I know he walked through darkness more than he would ever show. So I won't pretend I know tomorrow or tell you who to be. I'll just be here when you need me, like he once was there for me. You'll find your way. Take your time and let life come. You don't have to have the answers. You don't have to always run. And wherever that road takes you, however far you roam, there'll always be a light here to help you find your way home. So go and make your own mistakes. Find dreams I never knew. And don't worry about finding my road. Find the one that belongs to you. We met again the other night at a place we used to know. The tables had all changed somehow, but we sat down just the same. Your hair was turning silver, mine had started going too. We laughed about our aching backs, like old men sometimes do. But somewhere in the laughter, the years just slipped away. We were 25 again, with too much left to say. The world was ours for taking, and tomorrow came for free. For a little while we found again the boys we used to be. We talked about the foolish things we swore we'd never tell. The car that barely made it home, the night we knew too well. The girls we thought we'd marry, the jobs we couldn't stand, and all the grand adventures that somehow never went as planned. Some names have disappeared now, some chairs are empty too, and every year reminds us how quickly time moves through. But raise a glass to absent friends and leave a place for memory, because somewhere they're still laughing with the boys we used to be. We used to talk about the future, now we talk about the past. We used to think that 50 years could never move this fast, but give old friends an evening and stories that they know, and suddenly the clock turns back to 40 years ago. So here's to all the foolish boys who thought they'd never age, who ran into tomorrow like it waited on a page. We didn't conquer all the world, but that seems fine to me. We grew into the men we are from the boys we used to be. And when we said goodnight, you laughed and called my old nickname. For just a second, nothing had changed, and walking home I smiled at the boy still left in me. There was a night some years ago I thought would never end. I sat alone beside the window with no one left to call. The clock kept moving through the dark while I just stayed the same. I didn't know what morning held or how I'd face the day. But morning came anyway, quiet through the blinds. The world didn't ask if I was ready, it simply gave me light. I didn't have the answers, I didn't know what to say. I just put my feet upon the floor, and morning came anyway. were days I moved so slowly, just doing what I could. A shower, coffee, tying my shoes, the things I knew I should. Nobody saw a victory, there was nothing much to show. But every ordinary morning I got up and carried on. And morning came anyway, sometimes gray, sometimes clear. Some days I barely noticed, some days I wished it wasn't here. But little by little, without knowing, the weight began to change. I didn't wake up suddenly stronger, I just kept waking every day. Looking back, I couldn't tell you the day the darkness broke. There wasn't one great moment, no miracle, no sudden hope. Just 1,000 quiet mornings, 1,000 cups of tea. And somewhere in those ordinary days, life came back to me. Morning comes anyway, that's something I know now. Night can feel like forever when you're standing inside it. You don't have to see tomorrow, you don't have to know the way. Sometimes all that life is asking is to meet another day. Now sometimes before sunrise I sit quietly by the glass and watch the darkness slowly leave. I don't ask it where it's going, I just wait to see the gray. Then the first light finds the window, and morning comes anyway.